Valentina can put up even in like, games that are going really badly for her.
Yeah, it's slightly worrying, but this is a great start for her to come back in the match as the score is now 5-3. And there's still some time left for one more game after this one for the 5+1 portion. So let's see if she can get the match score even closer. Players are now in this position. They are playing very fast once again.
Yeah. I wonder this time she will play knight d7, to make sure that white cannot put the knight on e5 to start that dangerous knight e5 f4 plan. I would do that, I think.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Knight c6 is also like a typical move to play, but I prefer knight d7 as you at least are not blocking the bishop from having some squares available when you play knight c6.
Yeah, if you play knight c6, you got to deal with things like pawn takes pawn, then knight takes d5, queen d5, bishop h7, winning the queen. So I do think like knight d7 looks normal, but okay, you see, she obviously has memories of that game and she's like doing everything she can to not let that knight go there.
Now d takes c5 has been played. Black has the hanging pawns in position, which have both ups and downs. The ups are that you in the center of the board, the squares b4, c4, d4, and e4 are under control black, but at the same time those pawns are very weak, so it has some drawbacks as well.
Yeah, this is tricky now for black, right? Because this pawn is under attack, and how do you guard it when you can't really move your knight? The thing is, if you go a6, I might just take on d7, go knight a4, then you got some issues with c5, right? Because a6 seems like a pretty normal move. It saves that pawn, but then there's the other pawn. And this is often what happens to these hanging pawns, right? You're supposed to put them under pressure, and obviously you can't even go c4 here. Rook takes c4 if I want. Winning the pawn. There's also knight b6 as a winning threat as well. So it is tricky right now for Tan. She went d4, right? Going for the counterplay. I mean, that makes sense. You're trying to open the bishops. Okay.
Oh, she takes on f3. I'm really worried about this knight on d7.
Yeah, the pin is unpleasant. I mean, if she has a little time to play here and like kind of move out of it, it wouldn't be so bad. But let's see what Valentina does now. There's some annoying move like queen b7 to put pressure on it, although you also got to calculate queen d5.
Right, after queen b7, you don't have the move rook e7 because of knight d5. So she does knight e4 instead. Okay. That's rather surprising. She wants to go for the knight d6 move, I guess, but
yep.
It seems to me that black can defend that by 8 at least.
Yeah, also I guess this is a nice way to get out of the pin, just counterattacking the queen and then just going rook e7. I would say that looks really nice. Hard to resist. Knight e5 to active. I guess also white wants to maybe win this pawn if the knight moves to e5. So yeah, I would say actually she just really wants to capture and take the pawn.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You be upper pawn, and yeah, she's in such a comfortable spot, like with the clock as well. 4 minutes left. That's insane. Queen f5 has been played, and yeah, she's taking it pretty easy. She's not in like doing some crazy things. She's not in a rush. She's probably gonna take the pawn now.
Yeah, I mean, there is some play with rook f6. Is it enough? I mean, there is some pressure against f2. But I do feel like Valentina has an easier game of it. I do feel like it's harder for black to play this well, although let's see, maybe Tan will prove me wrong and show some initiative here. But, white is just threatening like so many things, right? Like rook d1.
Yeah, this looks very unpleasant.
This move does it just win the game because the queen is overloaded between protecting the rook and the bishop?
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. After knight b7, queen
But
Oh,
it
she
was tricky.
doesn't play it.
Yeah, she doesn't play it because, this way she just keeps the pawn, right? Like sometimes when you don't know that you're winning, yeah, it is a cool move because basically the queen just couldn't defend everything. I think maybe she didn't go for it. She was afraid of rook here, to be honest.
Could be. I mean, the bishop
Because
is still defending the
if you
rook.
take, it kind of feels like you're getting mated actually. And then you have to notice that you're not because your bishop is covering the rook. Otherwise, you'd actually be mated here. That's a very easy thing to miss, I think, in your calculations in a blitz game. So I don't think she maybe even saw knight b7. I actually would bet that she did. But maybe that detail, she just thought that black could capture out on c1. She missed that. So she just plays b4, protecting the knight. Wow.
No, bishop takes f2 has been played. Wow. I guess after rook takes, you have rook takes and queen d2 check. Nice spot by Tan, but is it enough?
Wow, it was bishop e2, and then she loses the knight on e5. White is going to have the 2 pieces for the rook, and actually Gunina is still going to be winning there. Look at the time. It's so annoying to look at that clock and be like 3:38 against like less than a minute.
Yeah, Valentina's speed is just outstanding. I am extremely impressed. I know we all know Valentina is a strong player, but this is like on crazy. And she plays the move 96 now. What a beautiful move. Threatening checkmate. And also if you take on e6, there's queen takes e6. See it. It's just beautiful.
Nice stuff.
She is in top form.
Yeah. She is definitely in good form today. She's not very merciful, as we've seen. And now like king f7. I mean, is that even realistic for anybody to find? It feels like not. I don't know.
I guess it's the only move. I mean, there's also queen d7, but it feels way too passive. But she does it.
Yeah, you're right. There wasn't that many other options. Yeah, like queen d7 actually. What were we supposed to do here?
Here's some bishop g4 tricks, or bishop c4. Bishop c.
King f7 was a good try though. Yeah, it was a good try. Now queen g7, the king just keeps marching forward, taking the knight. So actually, good try by Tan. Good. If knight takes, there is queen d4 check. You might get enough counterplay against the white king, which is a little weak.
Yeah, queen d4 now, or you can take first. Oh, she plays rook e8 now, but it does allow checks like queen c7 or queen b3. Even.
Yeah, where is this king gonna go? Because there's like knight e6 stuff.
You go king e7.
Yeah, you don't want to go king e7 now. Knight g7 looks like a pretty good move.
Yeah, and you're just like crushing it with queen e6 followed after that. And this is becoming a problem. Queen d4 check has been played, but queen e3. Okay.
Wait. Oh, there was no king f7 because the rook was hanging. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So white has 2 pieces for the rook, plus a pawn, and plus a 2-minute advantage on the clock. So I guess the game is over. And
yeah, the pawns are just unstoppable at one point, especially with the 2 pieces, the 2 minor pieces supporting it. So
yeah.
Wow. Good win by Valentina. Really impressive. And once again, she's showing her on the clock as well.
Yep. So they keep going to this line of the Caro. Now, Tan is going for it because she gets good positions in it. Valentina's going for it because, maybe she'll improve her play for this game. She's had a few bad ones, but it just doesn't seem to phase her, right? She just, although the last time they had this opening, she really was getting killed on the board, right? That was the game that she actually managed to, she lost it. Yeah, she lost it, but just barely. It went on and on.
Right, yeah. So let's see if we can repeat that to make the score at least closer, as we are in the last game of this portion, 5+1.
Can I just say that her opening is bad again, because it's not exactly an improvement to put the bishop on c6. Like, this is not like the big, hope of the bishop to get on that diagonal. So, so Tan has no problems in getting an opening advantage. Like, Gunina's like not even pretending like she's trying to equalize this opening. Like, it's not even, at the level of pretending. Although I think, by the way, did she just like hang a pawn. I
She
think
is
it's hung
hanging
a
a
pawn,
pawn, yeah. I mean,
right?
yeah,
So
obviously you have to take first on b5, otherwise the b2
yeah.
pawn will drop, but she does it, and she
Whoa,
doesn't
whoa,
take.
come on. No, so Tan is like under her influence. Like this is really weird. You got to understand,
now.
guys. This is like really simple stuff. Like for Tan not to pawn on an open file where she just put her rook, right? Like, I don't know, she opens up her knight. I mean, I really feel like she's getting under Gunina's spell because, I mean, and the thing is like, yeah, Gunina doesn't have to blunder the pawn. She's like got 4.5 minutes. Definitely do something to protect, right? Like e6 or something like that, or fe8. And then she kind of carelessly gives the pawn away. You know, just doesn't take the free pawn, entering the 7th rank. She goes there. Wow. I mean, that's quite the oversight by, you know, I'm not so surprised because, you know, we know some of that perfectionism for the clock, right? So I mean, her blunder I understand, but it's more like Tan's blunder. She has tons of time to look at the board and be like, "There's the free." Oh, but like I said, you know, she's trying to keep up with Gunina on the. Missing, you know, that quite free opportunity.
Yeah, it's a very costly one. Like you cannot afford to miss such things when you're facing someone like Gunina, someone like Gunina, and especially the wins going on right now. Otherwise,
yeah.
so let's see. I mean, smart move as the queen comes to g5.
Ooh, fun tactics.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Please, Tan, sacrifice some nice idea,
Again,
guys.
she has the opportunity again. Will she do it this time?
You know, it was so nice, like attacking the knight. Now this coming in, you're kind of like, I mean, yes, you got some things to calculate. Rook e7 is like, let's just take a look at a couple of moves, right? Like how, because then we crash in here and checkmate. You know, nothing too complicated. So it was very, very much doable for her to, you know, find this with 3 minutes on the clock. But she played.
She's just playing like she has those like tactics in her vision, but at the same time she misses those. And in this situation, you know, and it makes sense in a way that she's not seeing them, but she does it now. The queen is on the 8 already.
And where is this knight? Like, why are you sacrificing your knight? I mean, okay. I mean, obviously it's not the perfect moment. It's still a sensible idea, I think, to look at. But I mean, you know, now, yeah, after knight f7, you get the pawn, but it's not the same at all because the king is just escaping and you're actually down a rook and your knight is pretty far away. So, yeah, that's sad. That's sad. Think of like she is generally so sharp tactically. She's good with like, you know, making fast decisions quickly, Tan, right? And like I very accurate, actually. Very accurate, not a lot of blunders in the match. And we're the beginning of the match, right? But like
this matchup is absolutely insane. But yeah, I would say there's still some chances here, but not precisely with the black pieces because there's still some Jade I think has to play the queen and the knight on g3 as well. And after queen h6, it's just not working. 6, at least you have king e8. White king should also be worried a little bit.
Is pointing out that they have a very similar thinking pose with like a hand over their face. Yeah, I mean, it's going well for, for Gunina right now. Hand over rock. What is that? Paper, scissors. Oh yeah,
it's hand over.
Right, that's why her pose is winning, right?
We solved it, guys. It's rook takes e6 a bit earlier. Would have made such a big.
She needs to get her confidence back and
yes,
stop missing these killer opportunities that Gunina is actually giving her. Well, we'll see if she can do it. We'll see. I mean, they have just ended the 5-minute portion. 6-3. Oh wait, no, are they still playing? They're still playing.
They're still playing.
Okay.
Tan is trying to go for some repetition somehow, even though it's possible because after queen c6, there's knight d6. So the checks are just simply running out, and Valentina should be taking the point here.
Yeah, she can even block with a knight, right? Like in case of one more check, she can just block with a knight. Yeah, she's up actually a lot, doesn't she? Like
she's up 2 rooks, so she doesn't even need this knight on h5. Like as long as she's comfortable with her position, But yeah, there goes the resignation, and that ends the 5+1 portion of this match. Tan started off so well, but Valentina is just crushing it, and the small chance, the few chances that Tan has gotten, she wasn't able to convert those, make use of those. So let's see if she will be able to do better in the 3+1 portion of this match. We'll take a short break. After this break, we'll continue 3+1 portion of this match. So don't go anywhere. Make sure to stick around. This is the 2020 FIDE Chess.com Women's Speed Chess Championship. See you in a bit.